A popular upgrade to all of our suspension systems is upgraded steering and a steering stabilizer. How's it going, guys? Adam from Clayton Off-Road. In this quick little video, we're going to get these parts installed and go over some install tips to make sure everything runs smoothly for you. All right, so the steering is installed along with the Falcon Steering Stabilizer in our bracket. So please refer to the RockJock steering to physically install the actual steering components. There are a few details that you need to pay attention as far as clocking that up at the Fitment arm. And then also the distance here, it does get a little tight. One thing we did notice is at the end, once we had everything in, we did have to cycle the steering back and forth a few times to make sure that the steering stabilizer didn't hit the track bar when we turned all the way passenger, and it didn't hit the drag link when we turned all the way driver. We also noticed that the steering stabilizer shaft here pretty much bottoms out with maybe a ½ an inch shown here at the end. So you definitely want to check your steering stops and make sure that thing is properly centered by kind of moving, obviously, this clamp forward and backward accordingly. So we're going to have Josh fire this thing up, and we'll just go back and forth and show you that everything clears. All right, fire it up. All right, go all the way, driver. That's driver. This is an OEM dip cover, obviously, but we still have a little bit of clearance there. It does get tight on the drag link, but there's just, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch of clearance there. Same thing, this is pretty tight. Just barely touches at full. But everything clears nicely. All right, back to passenger. And same thing. Hard to tell, but pretty much just a little bit of space left there. And obviously we did check the steering stops. We can go lock to lock. When we initially installed this, we did not hit the steering stops here because we had this off a little bit. So that is pretty much in the final assembly. Once you get your tie rod and drag link on following the RockJock instructions, there is a little bit of fine tuning between rolling this forward and backwards and making sure you have the correct gap here so you can turn lock to lock and get to both steering stops. It's definitely feasible. You can definitely make everything clear. This is with our 2.5 inch overland kit. You guys have any other questions? Check our website, shoot us an email. Hope this helps to dial in your suspension and steering. Thanks, guys.